Recorded live from the John Blakino studios of High Tech High School in Secaucus, New Jersey. It's a laser show on WIP Podcasting. Call in and join the conversation at 201-589-0321. I'm your announcer and host, Davin Abraham, and this is a journalism story. And today we are interviewing the Student Council President, Brianna Paulino. Brianna, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good, Davin. I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great. So I brought you here today because I was curious. You are the president, and you're a senior. You're not going to be here next year, right? However, we have throughout my 4 years of high school, we have had a lot of I've seen a lot of students run for presidency, right? They had their campaigns and their candidates, and you, however, you are right. You got elected as president.
Yes.
And so far, I think you're doing an amazing job.
Thank you.
And I wanted to ask you, this interview is being conducted to ask people for people who want to run into the presidency or vice presidency, or just, for whatever member of the student council. I wanted to ask you your opinion on what to do, what not to do, what's the right thing to do in order to be elected for whatever part in the student council. So the first question I wanted to ask you is, what drove you to become the senior student council president?
That's a really good question. It's so funny. It all started back in middle school. I guess back in middle school, I've enjoyed the thought of like helping people, of like initiating projects, initiating events, and just giving my all to assist the student body. That during 8th grade, I decided to run for president because I thought that'd be like the right choice in order for me to actually enable and initiate these projects. And, that did happen. I did become 8th grade president. And I wanted to continue that in high school. I was like, I didn't want to stop in middle school because I knew that in high school, I would be given so many more opportunities compared to middle school, which I was right in terms of that, because in high school, I do have like more freedom to initiating and putting in fundraisers and events. And I decided to run for president during sophomore year because I felt that I would be able to be the right choice to help everyone, because I have the experience, I have the energy, I have like the determination to actually get things done. So I felt like because I have those qualities, I felt like I could definitely be a good president for the student body, because I do have a love and care in terms of everything school related, whether that's like academics or, assisting the student body. So I felt like that was the right choice for me to be able to run at that time.
Okay. So you felt that it was natural for you to become the president?
Not necessarily. I felt like it is something that, well, kind of in a way, because I felt like, I have those qualities, and I want to be able to, offer as much assistance as possible. So I felt like maybe that not necessarily I have to run, but that I want to run in a way.
Okay. Do you think that, you running for presidency should be something you would kind of suggest to people? Or just from the story you told me, do you think running for presidency or student council is something that you would suggest, or just something that, something that is kind of something felt inside of them?
I'd only suggest to run for student council if you have the willingness, the time, the energy, the dedication to put into that, because student council as a whole is so much work, and you need to literally give your all. You need to give your time, you need to give your ideas, you need to give your energy, you need to provide everything to be able to ensure that the school has enough school spirit to be able to, enhance the experiences for everyone here. So I'd only recommend people to run for student council president if they know they are ready to do so, if they know that they have like the qualities in order to be a leader, in order to be a member within the student council, because it's a lot of work. And if someone wants to run just for like funsies, I definitely do not recommend that, because yes, it's fun when you win, but you have to remember that it's not going to be fun all the time when you work so much. It is fun, but you have to be cautious with the time that you have and the energy that you have to put into council. So I'd only recommend it to people that are ready to be able to run for it.
I'm so sorry for not letting you know. If you feel uncomfortable answering a question, let me know and we can just skip ahead. I'm so sorry. I did not let you know.
No, it's okay.
Yeah. But yeah, just letting you know, if you feel uncomfortable, just let me know and we'll just move on.
Gotcha.
So, all right. What do you do as the president?
So as the president, I do a lot actually. Usually as the president, I like handle, the paperwork. I also handle with like communicating with the officers. I love my officers team, by the way. Shout out to them. I communicate with the officers and the advisors to, implement and initiate plans for various projects and fundraisers. I also assign roles with the members within the student council to ensure that everyone plays a part within our projects and our fundraisers. I also do directly communicate with the other presidents. I directly communicate with the other social media team. So I basically, like, whenever there's a project, I'm always there to help because, again, I love helping the student body. I love like enhancing experiences for everyone. So I basically do, planning, implementing, directing. Like those are the roles that I usually do as student council president.
Okay. And so what do you hope to kind of like gain from this presidency? Are you trying to get into politics, or are you doing it for college, or do you just like doing it?
So my main reason why I decided to do it is because I just like doing it. I'm
Okay.
like the type of person that that always wants to initiate like this positive energy in everyone. So literally, I just want to do it just to do it again. It's my favorite thing in the world. It keeps me busy. It makes me happy when people actually enjoy the stuff that we're doing. So I'm literally just doing this just to make everyone enjoy their high school experiences, honestly.
Hold, wasn't too much. Okay. All right. So what is it about student council that makes it so amazing?
Oh my God. I think what makes student council amazing has to be the freedom. Like, to be honest, like the freedom of planning stuff, the freedom of like actually making fun events. Because again, back in middle school, I had like no freedom at all. And when I actually was about to have that freedom, COVID happened. So I was like really upset because like I'm so big on like event planning and everything and fundraiser planning. So I was like really upset. Here it has to be the freedom that I have because I enjoy like seeing the final product. I enjoy seeing that all this work that me and my team members have done was put into something amazing, because if everyone else is happy, then that means we did a good job, because that's our goal regardless, to make sure that our student body is as energetic, as happy, as great as possible throughout this whole high school years.
Okay. Now, what was the most challenging obstacle you faced as president, and how did you overcome it?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think the most thinking, I guess it would be to not overwork myself, because I tend to do that. And I've been doing this since like freshman year. So sometimes I tend to overwork myself, especially with student council. And whenever that happens, I tend to overwhelm myself, which that's not fun and everything, as we know that. But I'm not gonna lie, council did teach me to, slow down. It taught me to there's people always there to help out. So definitely taught me that no matter if there's too much tasks for me to do, I could just pass it on to someone else and they'll be willing to do it, because they're also student council members as well. So I learned to, you know, try not to put too much onto my plate. So I think that would be the most difficult part of council, because I remember during junior year that happened a couple of times. That again, it was like junior year, so it was all crazy and everything. But it would have to be that, I'd say so.
It is a collaborative effort, would you say?
For sure, yeah. It is definitely a collaborative effort. Now we're more collaborative. Now we, give tasks to everyone. The officers have their own jobs and roles too. And it makes it more effective. Like with that collaborative work, it makes planning more efficient. It makes our events more effectively done. So definitely collaborative work is the most important part of council, 100%.
All right. So for your campaign, right?
Mhm.
What did you do for your campaign?
Ooh. Oh my God. That was like during sophomore year. Okay, let me think. So for my campaign, what I did is I remember I was planning my campaign since like January of that year. I wanted to be president so bad. Um what I did is that I made like a whole like little website thing of like all my ideas, all my plans, everything put together, like my qualifications as a leader. And I set that up in January. And I got that done in April, which is good because I like to space out, my time with tasks. So I did that. And then I had like a whole Instagram page, like showcasing what I'll do for the student body and my qualifications. And I also have like some of my friends making some stuff like bracelets. So we passed out bracelets. I made bracelets too that had like vote free. So we passed out bracelets. What else did I do? I did stickers, and the stickers were cute. I passed that out
Okay.
too. And what else did I do? So yeah, I did like a lot of like social media campaigning, a lot of like, talk with other people to be like, here's what I could bring for you. If you're interested in voting for me, definitely do that. So that's basically what I did for like my whole campaign spiel thing.
Okay. And so, what do you think is an important thing for other candidates to remember?
Ooh, definitely what's important is one, do not overwork yourself, and two, just try the very best that you can, because campaign season could be stressful because you always have like that thought in the back of your mind like, oh, I'm not going to win. Oh, this will be a waste of time. Believe me, this is never a waste of time. Even if you win or if you lose, like campaigning is not a waste of time because it actually helps you to develop these skills if you want to, get into politics or want to run for something else like a club
Mhm.
officer, or also for college applications because you're basically showing your student body what good qualities you have. So you showing your student body what good qualities you would have is kind of similar to you showing the colleges what qualities you have. So definitely do not be too hard on yourself. Just try the very best that you can and see what happens. If they choose you, they choose you. If they don't, then that's okay. You can always try again next time. Or there's other ways to help out the student body, regardless if you're president or not.
Okay. Now, as to run for president, the people have to agree with you, right?
For sure,
So
yeah.
you have to mention problems, right?
hmm
So, what are some things you would suggest to address when it comes to running for president, right?
hmm Mm. In terms of like problems that you would
Well,
suggest, I'm confused.
you'd have to look for the problems in order
Yeah, for
for the
sure.
people to agree with you, right? You have to find the solutions, right?
hmm
So, what what did you address?
Like based on my experience.
Yeah.
So I do know that the problem that has been popping up a lot recently is school spirit because everyone's like seeing a county prep school spirit and they're like, oh, we should do more events. We need to enhance that school spirit. And one way that me and my council are doing to enhance that school spirit, to make sure that everyone is, have that high tech spirit in a way,
Mhm.
is by enabling sports events because we noticed that according to the teachers, according to previous students, that literally high tech school spirit has been dwindling down ever since sports were taken away. A and B, ever since we moved into the new building because we're all separated. So, what we're doing is that we're trying to initiate more like sports competitive based events because we feel like competition would definitely bring everyone closer and definitely like enhance that pride, which we're doing, by all the classes. We're going to do some competitions with county prep because someone suggested that. And I was like, that's a great idea. Like that would definitely enhance our school spirit. And we feel like definitely like these events, in particular like sports competitiveness, as well as we're trying to bring back multicultural day to enhance like the culture spirit as well, will definitely help to this problem that we've been having for so many years that has been, not as acknowledged as it is now, which we are going to try our best to trying to certify traditions now so that way when we leave we'll have next council members continue enhancing school spirit and enhancing student positivity within here.
All right. So, what's something a candidate should keep in mind when running for president?
mm, I guess something a candidate should keep in mind would have to be hmm, this is really similar to one of the other questions, but I'm just gonna say because I feel like it's really important to definitely keep in mind is again try the very best that you can for sure. And it's difficult running because you're running against so many other amazing candidates, and you probably might think that, oh, I'm gonna lose, blah 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 blah. But again, you don't know. As long as you put in your effort, you put in everything that you can. As long as you show that you care about the job that you're running for, that you show that you have the determination, that you have the energy, that you have the passion to actually assist the student body. If you show that, it will be acknowledged for sure. And if you think that it won't be acknowledged, don't worry. There are other opportunities for anybody to help the student body.
All right. And so, what's the first thing a candidate should do when they start to run for president?
Definitely. Okay, first and foremost, definitely think about if you want to run for sure. So that's just the first thing. Secondly, write down all of your ideas, write down all of your event plans, write down like ways that you could help the student body, whether it's a problem that you've been noticing and what solutions you'll give, or whether it's like literally write everything and anything, like just draft everything out in a document and organize that, because that will definitely help like organize your ideas, organize your thoughts, and for you to like brain and plant storm plan and brainstorm everything that you're doing. Because if you do win, or if you do end up in council, you could definitely use these ideas to add for, you know, the next year and everything. So definitely just like throw all these ideas into a document and then start organizing while you're setting up your campaign, which I do recommend using social media. That helped out a lot. So yeah, that's one thing that I think is very important in terms of campaigning.
All right. Well, I like to appreciate your time here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm Davin Abraham. Thanks for watching The Laser Show. Tune in to WHT Podcast, YouTube, and Twitter pages for more info and shows. Have an amazing day.
Bye.
Thank you.
No problem,
so much.
Davin. You know, honestly, it feels nice that someone interviewed me that wasn't my organization related.
I've never really heard you
Mhm.
like have like an interview like this.
Really?
No, sorry. I just
Like what?
I felt weird because like I was watching